Welcome back to Good Day, where we love local, and Northwest Ohio is full of wild places.
But many kids don't get to experience a day on a boat, fishing, learning how to hunt, and just realizing the fun and lessons that can be learned in the great outdoors.
Becky Simpson is here from the Ottawa Soil and Water Conservation District with John Simpson, manager of the Winous Point Hunt Club, with the invitation for kids to spend a day on the wild side. I just like that, first of all, the wild side. So we have to explain for parents so they're not too concerned about their kids on the wild side.
Yes, it's wild in a very controlled environment. We have many volunteers. It's almost a one-on-one workshop that we have. It's coming up this Thursday. And we have 60 youth. It's an event geared towards middle school students, so students that are really starting to get interested in getting outside, and they're at that age now where we can teach them how to fish. We teach them how to shoot a gun. We teach them how to band a bird. They actually can get their hands on a bird and identify different birds. We teach them different paddling techniques, and so, you know, giving them different opportunities to get outside and learn how they can enjoy their environment.
Yeah, there's so much to experience outside if we just like kind of give it a minute, you know.
Absolutely.
And maybe just take a breath and relax a bit too. I imagine that, you know, that's kind of what these experiences are like, yeah?
Yeah, and they're around professionals that this is what they do for a living, and so I think even though it's a very controlled and safe environment, they kind of let them go a little bit. When we're out in the paddleboard or out in the punt boats, which John might explain, they ask if they can jump in the water, and we're like, sure, you know, go for it. Like, this is what it's for. Get dirty, feel everything, you know, really experience what it's like to be out there. And so hopefully they start to appreciate and enjoy being outdoors a little bit more.
Yeah, and when we think about some of these things that were just mentioned, that Becky just mentioned, John, we can do this right in our own backyard. So talk to us about that. Where are these locations that these kids, where is this location that the kids will be able to experience?
Yeah, so there's a number of locations. I manage the Winous Point Marsh Conservancy, which is a 3,000-acre wetland just outside of Port Clinton, Ohio. We're private, but we work with partners to put on educational events like this. But here locally in the area, there's all sorts of great public wetlands that they can visit too. Howard Marsh, that the Toledo Metro Parks owns, and then the Ottawa National Wildlife Refuge and McGee Marsh State Wildlife Area. So hopefully by, you know, getting exposed to these things at our place this Thursday, you know, hopefully these kids will go back and visit these other places too.
Let's talk a little bit about the Hunt Club. You know, what is it that you all do there?
Yeah, so we do a lot of different things. You know, we were founded as a duck hunting club in 1856. It's the oldest duck hunting club in North America. But the members of the duck hunting club historically and today have a strong interest in conservation and research and education about wetlands and about natural areas. So we have the Winous Point Marsh Conservancy now that owns and operates everything, and we have a graduate research program, and then we put on educational events like this for kids.
Love it. So why is this so important for kids to get an opportunity to do this? Because I was just reading some of this. You're suggesting they bring shoes, old shoes that they can get wet, or water shoes, and extra pair of clothes just in case.
Just in case, you never know.
So why is it important that these kids get outside, learn some of these things, and get dirty?
Absolutely. Well, I think like John mentioned, we have so many great opportunities, so many great spaces in Northwest Ohio for these kids to go and to do a lot of the activities that they're going to learn about. But until they learn these different opportunities and really engage, they might go to these areas and they might spend the day, but they might not return. And so we want to give them a reason to really appreciate what they have to offer. And then if they can learn how to fish, they can say, hey, Mom and Dad, I know how to do this. Let's go.
I'll teach you.
I'll teach you, exactly. You know, and we talked a little bit about hunting. We're going to teach them how to shoot a gun in a really safe environment. And so maybe that's something that they want to partake in. Or maybe, gosh, Camp Perry is right down the road. So just different opportunities that we're hopefully going to teach them. We've been doing this now since 2010, and so now we're starting to hear back from people that have participated, and they're going into research, or maybe they're working for the ODNR because of something that was just sparked in their personality back when they took it.
And
So-
what's the age range that you all are looking for this?
Yeah, it's for students that are entering 5th through 8th grade. So really that middle school range, you know, they just have that curiosity. We max out at 60 participants, and this year we filled up in 3 days.
Oh,
Wow.
So it's definitely a need that's out there, you know, and so if anybody's interested, they can definitely learn more on our website, and hopefully next year can come and participate.
yeah, if you get that kid at home, you're like, I need to get them off the couch.
Yes.
No, I need to get them,
Yes.
get them to learn a little bit more what's around them. And, you know, I also think, you know, it's summer. Kids are going to be going back to school here soon, and it's like, just get dirty.
Yes, get
right?
dirty.
Get dirty.
And
Just do it.
they can learn some life skills
Right, you
as well,
teach
right?
them to fish,
Teach
you
them
know?
to fish, you can feed yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we have 60 participants, we have 40 volunteers, and they come from a huge aspect of everyone. We have Black Swamp Bird Observatory, we have the ODNR, we have Fish and Wildlife Service, all of the metro parks, Sandusky and Erie, and so, you know, just meeting them, just seeing different type of job opportunities along with learning these different lifelong skills. So it's a great event.
Yeah, cool. So as you mentioned, you are booked up for this one for Thursday, but there's always next year.
Always
So
next
where
year.
can people go to learn more?
Sure, on our website, the Ottawa Soil and Water Conservation District, we have ottawaswcd.com. You can get on there. It'll tell you who to contact, and then if you get on my list, I'll make sure that you get information for next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for being here
Thank
today.
you so
Thanks
much
for having
having
us.
us.
Really
for being here.
appreciate it.
Yeah.